I have been helping learners improve their English speaking skills one conversation at a time. Okay, so I believe that every conversation is important because you can learn something from every conversation. So, a little bit about me: I love reading, I love traveling, and my favorite part of the day is the evening. So, what about you, Pranita?
Ma'am, I also love to interact with different people from different stages of life and how they are achieving their target. That fascinates me a lot and inspire me. And after learning about other people, it gives me it empowers me to get my target and to continue my passion to reach my goal. So basically, if I introduce myself, like my name is Pramila Vijayan, and originally I'm from Delhi, but after marriage I'm residing in Haryana. Uh,
Okay.
I'm pursuing my profession of teaching in government school, and I take English as my teaching subject, and I teach up to secondary classes, up to 10th class 10th or grade 10.
Mhm.
Beside
Okay.
this, I love to read something or I love to consume English content. It can be via reading or listening to some podcasts, some native speakers, or having a conversation session with my colleagues or some YouTubers, or whatever means I can find easily. I love to interact with other people,
Okay.
and I also cherish to I love to spend my time, and I cherish gardening. I have many plants in my balcony, and I whenever I get a chance or a time, I love to tend them, prune them, water them. So it that greenery gives me, or I am peace lover. That greenery and nature gives me peace and tranquility. So I always cherish being in part of or sitting in the nature balcony or enjoying nature, watching birds or watching greenery and plants.
Okay. Okay. Okay, Pamela. So you are doing a lot. The very fact that you're a teacher tells me that you belong to the brave tribe. Teachers are the brave tribe. I seriously believe that because I've also been a teacher for 11, 12 years now. I think we are the bravest of all the people. Not to mention the most patient of
Yes,
all
yes, yes,
professionals. Okay.
yes.
Okay, so you said that you like to consume content, anything in English. So reading, listening to podcasts. Tell me more about your, what kind of books are you reading? Do you
I
like to?
I like I don't have any particular genre, but I love to read. Sometimes I'm reading motivational stories, self-help books, or other time related to my syllabus or context. Like I'm teaching literature to the students, so I read that also. NCRT books. Beside that, what I done, I have completed my masters in English and education. So
No.
I have gone through that British literature. It means literature of every classical literature, modern literature. So
Okay.
I have taste of everything, every type of
Okay,
yes.
good. So that's good. So who's your favorite? I don't know much about English literature. Whatever I know is through what I've read. So I remember doing Donne and Bronte, of course Shakespeare. So all of them are there. Who is your favorite? Is there anyone's poetry or writing that you really like?
Nobody, like no one single writer I can say that has done the marvelous job. Means everybody is excellent or expertise in their field. So I love to read everyone, every sort of literature and of every era, I would say.
Okay. So you
But
also
I love
read
my
about
English Indian writers also. Like I
who's
have
your
some,
favorite? Yes, who's your favorite?
yes, Mulk Raj Anand and Malgudi Days Arkinara.
Oh yes.
I love, means it is upon me what type of content I am reading. That should be means to my taste. I'm not. I cannot categorize literature based on the basis of writers. Actually, I have read Monk without Ferrari.
Sold his
Oh,
Ferrari.
sold
Yeah,
his Ferrari.
yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
a monk who
Yeah,
sold
yeah.
his
He's
Ferrari.
after he sold it, he's without his
Robin
Ferrari. So
Sharma.
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I
Okay.
have read Chetan Bhagat also,
Mhm. The
and
banker, the writer.
yes, yes.
Okay.
And nowadays, I was reading One Thing, the
Okay.
One
You
Thing.
start.
So
Okay. Tell me more about that.
I have
I,
started only. I have read only 3, 4 pages.
okay. Are you liking it?
Yes, like it's a self-help book. It is the more means if I can summarize it, if I am right, it means you have to concentrate on one thing at a time.
I totally
This
agree.
is what.
Yeah. Okay.
But I love to read these literatures because I love to have that sentence structure. I love to underline proverbs and idioms from them. So this is the reason why I consume English content.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, that's just the right thing to do, Pramila, because when you talk about idioms and proverbs, they are not something that you're going to find very easily during conversation with non-native speakers, okay, or in textbooks. So it's important that you, you know, access all of these. Okay, okay. So
So
also
today is
tell me, yeah,
what I read. Yes, today session notes were about laughter, right?
yes,
So I when I was going through session note, I came means that idea popped in my mind that I should speak something or I should make a short regarding sound pronunciation of Laugh.
okay, laugh.
So I was writing down something about that. Why Laugh turns to laugh or laugh? Why it is not laugh? Why the sound of
Yes.
GH is so means still a mystery? Why it's changing according to the words?
Mhm, mhm.
That was I
So,
writing down before your session.
okay, that's interesting because, like, excuse me. So, like English has only 26 alphabets, and English is a phonetic language. So, even though it has only 26 alphabets, we think that, okay, English will have 26 sounds because 26
Yes,
alphabets, but it's not that. You know that, okay? So,
yes.
English has, I think, some 44 or 46 sounds. So that
Mhm.
is why pronunciation in English can be very tricky sometimes.
Yes.
Okay, so yes, you're right. I mean, to be intrigued by something
Mhm.
like that. Okay, that's something we could actually explore. So, for
Mhm.
example, let's talk about. You touched upon a very interesting topic, so I'm just going to talk about this letter D. You know that's
D.
D, right? Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
D.
yeah.
So, if you were to say these words, okay, how would you read them?
Let me see. Dad, dog, do.
Okay, perfect. How would you read this?
Means I personally pronounce this education, but I have heard it as education too. And graduate, I call it graduate, but many pronounce it as graduate.
Okay,
J,
so
but I call it
yes,
education. J.
yes. So you're right. In these two words, the last two, education and graduate, it is actually pronounced with a J.
J.
So you
Yes.
see, even the simple fourth letter of the English alphabet, that's a D, can be pronounced in so many different ways. There are, yeah, okay. So that is why English can be tricky. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What about this one? Or even
Handsome.
This one.
Okay. Handsome and sandwich. Here D is silent. Handsome and sandwich.
Exactly,
Sa-
exactly. So you see, isn't that a tricky language? How will you know when to
yes.
use ja, da, when it's silent? So these are the nuances that I feel you are already exploring, and that's good because when you know these nuances of the language, you will sound more confident and more native-like, and more like Shashi Tharoor.
No,
Yes, he is
I
my.
can't
I'm
speak
thoroughly
that long
inspired.
words. I have fear of the long words.
Yes, yes. So he's one person I really admire. So yeah, so that's why I said, okay. So
Super califragilistic.
supercalifragilisticexpialidocious.
Doses.
Yes, and it's such a simple word. It just means something which is super. So that's it. So let's just say super.
Super.
Yeah, let's
It
just
is
do
more
that.
than super, it is super duper and something
Yes,
else.
super duper. Exactly. Super into say 100 or something like that. Okay.
Yes.
But it's fun, and I like the way that you are an English teacher. You're teaching English. You've done English literature. You've kind of had a very immersive experience with English. Use that to your advantage. Your depth of understanding is going to be very different from people who have just started learning. You've already so much exposure, so use that to your advantage. Your depth of understanding, like I said, is going to be so much deeper. Okay. And idioms and proverbs, keep exploring that because that's the next level for you. Your vocab is already good. Okay. So words like
Yes, yes.
empower, consume, inspire. I didn't use the word genre on purpose because I wanted to see whether you will use it, and you did. Okay. Okay. So mm, okay. So what else would you like to talk about today? Talk about
I was
anything when you're free. Okay,
okay, sorry.
whatever you are comfortable with.
Today's topic.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, if you
You
want to
can
follow the
ask
subject
anything.
version.
Yes, we can go with any topic.
Mhm.
I'm comfortable with every topic.
Okay, great. In that case, let's look at the topic, the session notes today.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Would you like to read what Charlie Chaplin said?
Okay, it's there in notes.
Yes, it's on the second page.
Second page. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. A day without laughter is a day wasted. Oh, uh, should I read it loud?
You can, if you want to, and then you can share your opinion about it.
Okay. Laughter is a universal language that transcends barriers and brings people closer. It's a simple yet powerful way to express joy and happiness. Laughter can be contagious. It brings a sense of relief and it spreads like wildfire among a group of friends or even strangers. Laughter has the ability to brighten even the gloomiest of days, making life more enjoyable.
Okay. So, would
Okay.
you like to answer any question, whichever you are comfortable with? I think there are about six
Question.
questions there.
Do you agree that laughter is the best medicine? Why or why not? So, question number one, laughter is the best medicine.
Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah, yes, yes. Uh, if a person or if we meet a stranger and we greet him with a smile, that makes our relation very cordial and we feel that we are on the same page and we can interact with that person. So laughter is a way of opening a conversation, or we can say laughter is to a way to enter or to touch the heart of other people. Even a simple smile can do a lot, which hundreds of words can't. So if somebody is in help, and instead of taunting or making him realize that he is in problem, we lend our hand to help that person with a smile, it means a lot to that person. If we talk about medicine, yes, medication is important, tablets, medicines are important, but laughter is that medicine which can affect person's health. It can motivate a person, can regenerate the person to fight his problem or suffering which he is going through. And it uh, means laughter arise that hormones, I don't remember exact name, uh, happiness
Dopamine.
what is that?
Are you talking
uh,
about dopamine or
no, I was
serotonin?
talking about like laughter, what it creates inside our body, how it changes. Yes, it changes that good hormones which creates happiness inside our body. I am missing
Yes.
that word. So laughter brings
Okay.
that changes in our body and it sends signal to our mind, um, and which creates a positive aura around that person who is laughing, and there is a positive circulation of hormones, so-called hormone in our body, and which changes the state of mind the person is going through.
Okay.
If a person, like if I talk about my kids, even though if I am reprimanding him, scolding him, but after that thing, if I just only smile or my child smiles, that ends all the worry and anger at that moment.
Okay.
So
That's
I
true.
feel yes, laughter can resolve biggest conflict between husband and wife or any family member, and it can make new friends. It cross all barriers. Like laughter is very common. Either we are means it's a global, I would say, global language or gesture that is understood by every person from every community and from every religion.
Okay.
So keep smiling, keep laughing, and you will live your life
Exactly.
very happily.
Okay. Very true. Okay.
Hmm.
I
Yes,
I
thanks.
agree. I agree with how you think about laughter and that you would like to advocate the importance of laughter. Okay. Is there any other question that you would like to answer from those six
Okay.
that we have?
Let me see. Let me see. Question number 5. Share an incident when you laugh so hard that your stomach hurt. Yet it happens. Like as we are grown up, we don't get that chance to laugh at our with our belly, like from our stomach. So if when I am with my siblings, we remember some incident from our childhood, or sometimes in our workplace. If we are mocking or making fun of so-called our higher authority or anything,
Yes.
that time we laugh a lot, and
Mhm.
that it's more than a giggle. We laugh by our heart and holding our tummy. So I don't remember exact. Like it happens mostly with my sisters. We are laugh a lot, laugh a lot on small and small stupidity of our childhood memories or whatever things that are going around us.
True. Okay. So
Hmm.
I think, Promila, you just touched on the next topic of the different types of laughter.
Hmm, hmm,
So
hmm, hmm,
you, in fact, mentioned all three. So you said giggle, it's more than a giggle, and it's a belly laugh. Okay. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it, that even laughter can different degrees of laughter. You can use different words.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Any other question that you'd like to address?
Hmm.
What about a funny
Uh,
movie that you
yeah,
see?
yeah. I was coming to that one. What is your go-to funny movie or TV show that never fails to make you laugh? I love to watch Hera Fairy of Akshay Kumar and Paresh Rawal. And
Okay.
of course,
Okay. Yes.
one other movie is also there, Golmaal maybe. Hera
Okay.
Fairy and Golmaal. I love these comedies. They make me laugh every time. Every time means whenever I am watching them. Though I have watched them many times,
Okay.
still, yes, I love to watch these movies again and again.
Okay. So they make you giggle, chuckle, or you have a belly laugh when you see them.
Belly laugh, belly
Belly
laugh.
laugh. Okay. 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 Great. So now these are the things that you do, as in, we've spoken about laughter, about you being a teacher. Now, what do you do to unwind? What is the first thing that you would like to do when you have free time?
Mm, whenever I'm always preoccupied or occupied with my work. But whenever I get a chance, I love to sit quietly in the lap of nature, or at least in my balcony. I love to feel that nature. I feel breeze, I feel birds movement. I love to hear bird chirping. This is the most means it's a sort of meditation for me. I love peace. I love to be quiet. Quiet means by heart, by mind. But if I like on rainy days mostly, like
Uh-huh.
my locality, it's wonderful place regarding this what we call rainy day and
Monsoon?
windy day. Yeah, monsoon means it's regular rain, but
Yeah.
if yeah, one day it's raining my locality, I love to stay at home instead of going to
Wow.
work.
Yeah, okay, Pramila. So you can say today it's a rainy day holiday. Remember, when
Yes,
we were
yes.
younger, we used to get rainy day holiday. Okay, okay. So
So
beautiful.
I love to unwind myself, like to enjoy my weather that day and grabbing a coffee in my hand and reading something.
Exactly.
It can be
Perfect.
some
Yeah.
novel or newspaper or anything.
Okay.
And
You
love
just
to play some music, light music also when I am completing, comprehending my household chores. Light means very light music.
okay. Okay, great. So, Pramila, you just spoke about my, what can I say? You took the words right out of my mouth. So, a balcony, a
I
rainy
read your
day,
mind.
a book. You read my mind. Yeah. So, rainy day, balcony, hot cup of tea, windy, book, music. I don't think you need anything else.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
very true. Okay. So, Pramila, that brings me to the time where I have to give a feedback. Okay. So, my feedback is you are fluent. You have been speaking non-stop for a long while without any awkward long pauses. Okay, which is good. So, you are fluent. Now, you've also used excellent word. So, preoccupied, so many of them, if I can just recall, tranquility, okay, so I cherish, comprehend, all of that contain. Okay, so here it is, expertise. You've also used good phrases, for example, to my taste. So if something is not to my taste, I won't want to do it. Okay, now I this is something that I'm just going to bring it to your notice because I feel as educators, we tenses are the biggest bane of any English teacher, okay, because they can be so confusing. Okay, so the thing is, I'm going to give you two sentences. If you can just read, point out the correct one. So the sentence is, nowadays I was reading a book, or nowadays I am reading a book.
I am.
Yeah, so I think I just bring it to your notice because other than that, I didn't see any major grammatical error when it comes to tenses. But I know that that's just a slip of the tongue because you
Yes,
know
yes,
the
yes.
rules. Yes. Okay. So it's just that. So the point that I'm trying to say is that even the expert, even Shashi Tharoor will make a mistake in grammar. So That's okay. Okay. So it's just that we have to cut ourselves some slack as long as the communication flows. Okay. But one thing that I want you to improve, Pamela, is okay. You know a lot of vocabulary, I know that. But I think sometimes we are not using the right word to which will make our communication more effective. For example, you said opening a conversation. Okay. So instead of opening a conversation, there's another word you can use. And it begins with a I.
I
Yes, it begins with an I. So instead of opening, you can say
initiate.
exactly. So see, you know the word, but because you are not using it regularly, you said opening a conversation, which I will not accept from someone of your standard. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you have to use initiating a conversation, not opening a
Okay.
conversation. So these
Yeah.
are what I would call just fine tuning your ability. You know so much, so why only use this much? You know what? You know 80%, so use the 80%. So I feel that you are still using only 40% of yours. So expand that usage.
Okay.
Okay, so that's my
Yeah.
only suggestion. Otherwise, you're doing fine.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much for your feedback. It matters a lot to me, and I'm
Yes, I
going to
think,
work on that.
yeah, I think just more practice. That's it.
Hmm. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay,
Can
Pramila.
you tell
So
me some idiom related to love? I'm very much interested in knowing
to
idioms.
laugh or love.
Laugh, laugh.
Okay.
Laughter,
So
laughter.
laughter. Okay. So if I were to think of idioms on top of my head that has to do with laughter, okay. Hmm, I really can't think of one right now. I haven't had a good laugh in a while, it seems. Okay. What about you? Can you think of one with laugh?
No, I'm not getting. I just have that laughter is the best medicine.
That's the one that we have in.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay. Laugh.
Mhm.
Now, I'm drawing a blank here, Pramila.
Okay,
Why don't we save that for our next lesson? Because
sure.
there's so many idioms related to color, to food. But you're right, I
Yes.
can't think of anything with laugh other than laughter is the best medicine.
After the session, I'm going to search and write.
So am I. So am I. Okay. Okay, Pramila. It was great talking to you. Enjoy the rest
Mhm.
of your evening. I hope it rains in your place. So get your coffee ready.
Oh, no, no, no. It's bright, sunny, scorching heat
Don't give
here.
up hope. Don't give up hope.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, the monsoons have come early this year. Have you read
Yeah.
that? Yeah,
Yes,
so
yes,
let's
yes.
hope.
So,
Yeah.
what's the weather at your end? How's the
Okay,
weather
it's
there?
still so generally what happens in the evening, we do get cloud and a little bit of rain. So I'm just going to my coffee mix is already ready. So if the weather turns in my favor, I'm on my balcony. Okay, I'll be thinking of you, Pramila, when I'm on my balcony.